Okay, we're gonna about to kick off this call right now in about 60 seconds. Please, can you go back to the V.U.M group and post OTC, which stands for on the call. We're about to get started off very soon. Literally about 30 seconds to go, guys. 30 seconds to go. OTC on the V.U.M community group so everyone can see that we're about to kick it off. And most importantly, get some writing material, a pen, paper, laser focus for the next 45 to 60 minutes. No distractions, no one around you if possible. Writing as much as possible. Okay, what's happening, guys? Hope everyone is blessed. Thank you so much for jumping on to week number 2 of the V.U.M Inner Circle community. You purchased the V.U.M and now you're tuning in for the second week right now. I'm fired up and pumped up, and right now as we speak, I'm ready to give you some information that not even most uplines know or they don't execute on because they don't go through that phase. And you got to go through it. I didn't go through it for a very long time. In fact, only when I went through it is when I truly understood it, and then I put it to practice and I tested it, and then I realized, hold on, it works. And then I decided to share with people who I truly care about, who I worked with, and not everyone, because it would confuse them. Because what starts to happen is you teach someone something today and literally they've not learned the A, B, C, D's, E, F, G's, and they go straight to the Z. Boom, they'll be confused, they'll lose track, and most importantly, it'll take them out the game. And now you're getting the opportunity. I don't know where you are, whether you're on day 1 or day 10 or day 5 or day 14, but we aligned. We're on the exact same page. And what I'm doing right now, I'm actually condensing time frames and bringing it to you so you don't have to go through what most people went through. And you're learning, you're not going through what I went through for 8 years. You're going through the A to Z, and that's it. You're only focused on what works, and you're cutting out the fat, and you're making sure you get lean meat. And that's the whole solution right here with the virtual upline mentor program. And I got some notes I want to be able to break through and share with you guys today. And I got a whiteboard here and a lot to talk to you about. But at the same time, once again, I'm getting so much of feedback, so many people reaching out to me and saying, Sashin, man, this content is just on a whole different frequency. It's on a whole different level. And guys, here's the deal. If people know what I taught them on day 1, they'd be making $1 million per year. They would be making $1 million per a year. The majority of people don't go through it. It's because when they hit their pinnacle, their top line, when they hit their top line, sorry about that. So when they hit their top line, what starts to happen is they can't see beyond that. And their top line right here is maybe someone else's bottom line. And what starts to happen is they can only teach what they know. They can't teach what they don't know. And to you, you're closed because of the different teams and different organizations, and you don't have the ability to learn, to take it to the next level. but I want to share something with you that really and truly changed the game for me. I'm going to go to the whiteboard, the drawing board right here. Okay, I'm going to share something with you that really and truly changed it for me. You know, what I started to do is keep myself accountable, but also keep other people accountable as well. And you know, that being said, when I'm talking about the word accountability in this industry, accountability, okay, is understanding that you know what's happening in their business, and they most importantly know what's happening in their business. The biggest difference when I started my accountability group was I truly had a finger on the pulse of their business, but at the same time they knew what was happening in their business too. So you come to my house, I'm in my studio right now, I'm keeping me accountable. This is self-accountability. You got on my walls right here, I know my numbers, I know my back office, I know what's happening in my organization. So I want you to understand, you know, this is self-accountability, but at the same time, I've got to be able to keep other people accountable. I need to be able to keep other people accountable so that they know what to do. I know where they are in their business, and most importantly, we're going out there and shifting them in the right direction. So every single day, Monday to Friday, I've got my set meetings that are taking place. My very first one is at 9:15 a.m. My second one is at 9:45, okay, 9:45 a.m. My third one is at 10:15 a.m. And sometimes I do something at 10:45 a.m. Sometimes I just do 3. Either way, what I basically do here is accountability. And when I mean accountability, now you've got to be able to understand, I've got multiple leaders in my organization. Some is like literally peaking, some is dying off, some is going through a slow death, but I'm going through all of them I'm going through their ups, their downs, their adversity, their plateaus, their prosperity. I'm going through this whole process with them. So emotionally, I'm also going through this roller coaster ride, but they know that Session is with me. Session can see my numbers. Session can see my growth, and I'm continuously reminding them and telling them, this right here is common. What you're going through, I went through. I know where it is. I know where it's going. I know where your numbers are. It's too visible about what the next step is, what the next phase is. So people feel much better when you're with them, when they're dropping down. They also feel much better when you're with them, when they're picking up. Because everything in this entire organization rises and falls on leadership. So with that being said, when I look at these numbers right now, these times, you know, I got my different leaders. 9:15 is one leader, 9:45 is another leader, 10:15 and 10:45 every single Monday. Tuesday is a different list, but they're going through it every Tuesday. Wednesday is a different list. Thursday is a different list. So, you know, by the way, I do it like this. I've got an IMD right here, okay, that I meet with. Then I've got an RMD right here. And then I have these are my personals that are lineage to me, but are probably directors and above, okay? So director and above. But then at the same time, you've got to be able to understand that this is what I'm doing. I'm printing out their back office. So I've got some examples right here, by the way. I printed out their back office, okay? Every single Monday, the morning, I have all of these back office printed out. And as you can see, here's some of my leaders. What I basically do is, when I print it out, I've got their first name, last name, and paid rank highlighted. I've got their rep ID highlighted, and I highlight their weaker leg. In this case, the person's left is their weaker leg, and in this case, the person's left is the weaker leg, and I'm highlighting all the numbers. And I'm keeping track of it. And I know everything that's happening in this organization from the left to the right. So I'm going to give you an example right here, okay? This person's organization that I've printed out right here, as you can see, okay, all highlights on the left. you can see the numbers has increased by 111 on the left team, and on the right team 999, and that is just in 1 week. 999 in 1 week on the right and 111 on the left in 7 days. Then what I do is I basically go out there and I track it for the last 4 weeks left and 4 weeks right, and I put the numbers below here. So I just started tracking this person recently, but I literally have the left and the right tracked down. I tracked down their average income for the past 30 months. I tracked down their total lineage towards the next rank, not the current rank, the next rank. And then most importantly, I start to give them targets. And as you can see behind here, I've got my own targets for them. And I keep them accountable on that day every single week. And what I basically do is when I'm having that call, I spend 30 minutes maximum on that person. But I've already got a topic that I want to talk about throughout the whole week with them. For example, if I'm talking about how to triple cycle on a weekly basis, I'm talking about that every single day to all those different leaders for that week. And I'm adding on stuff as I grow throughout the whole week. So you're probably on this webinar right now, and I don't know what rank you're in, but you're probably saying, Sasha, I don't have a big enough team. No problem. Track your own numbers down. Do this with yourself every single Saturday or whatever day, because this is the first person you need to track is you. And when you track you down, eventually what starts to happen is it changes the game. You see, I'm right now building organizations, but I've got multiple positions that I'm building right now. Like when I mean multiple, I'm not building one position. I got 6 positions right now, and all 6 of them are projected. Well, 4 is IMD and 2 is projected to go IMD before one next month and one before the end of the year. But you gotta be able to understand, I'm not being able to push, one team, one growth. So I gotta track all my core leaders. I know what's happening in my organization like on the back of my palm. So you need to start tracking you down way before you track anyone else in your organization down. And by the way, I want to be able to let you know something. I'm about to do something right now that I generally don't do for everyone in my organization. I don't show this to everyone, but I'm going to be showing it to you. I got 6 different positions, and right now, as you see, this is just one of my positions. 21,256 right, and then 6,024 left. And as you can see, that is me. Okay, that's an IMD position, as you can see. So remember, 21,000 right and 6,000 left. No upline in the history of my life has ever shared this information with me to get me motivated and pumped up. But I want you to be able to understand you're a part of a bigger team. You're a part of a bigger community. I am your virtual upline mentor, and I'm going to give you that $1 million tips to make that $1 million income in your life. And once again, I've got 6 different positions. I'm pushing multiple different positions right now. Why? Because when you learn the formula on one, the game starts to change. It's very simple. It's very easy. All you basically have to do is repeat what you did once, but 6 times. But you got to do this here, and you got to do it more often. So when I'm going back to my core leaders, when I'm going back to, what's happening and what I'm tracking down, I'm not just tracking them down, I'm tracking me down as well. And you're going to go through the ups and downs. I promise you, what you're going through in your organization, the peak or the fall, is something I've already been through and I've gone through, and I'm going to go through it again. But I want you to understand, hold on to someone in your organization right now. I don't know who it is. It could be your upline. It could even be you. But you want to be able to hold on to someone, because that's truly going to take you to the next business, to the next level. So by the way, I'm trying to figure out right now, I showed you one back office that has, if I'm not mistaken. I got a bit confused here. This is 6,024 left, and this is 21,256. This is me. So I just wanted to share that one. Remember 6,000 on the weaker leg. Just remember that number. Okay, I got 6 different positions. So, when I have to be able to share a few with you. I'm a bit confused because I want to be able to give you the vision, cast the vision, and share. So remember, 6,000 is on the weaker leg. Okay, just want you to be very clear here. Secondly, and most importantly, let me go show you the second one. It's an IMD position as well. Okay, this position right here is 3,887 left and 5,200 right. I got multiple positions. I can show you position after position after position, but I'm a very transparent guy. Come spend a week with me and you'll be able to flip your business on a whole different level. So I'm tracking down and I'm keeping accountability, but I want to be able to go back on accountability. So I said, you're basically understanding that you need to keep yourself accountable, but at the same time, I want to be able to break down what my schedule is at the peak when I'm on tours. What am I doing? And right now, we're not going through tours, but we want to be able to understand how to utilize it online. So we have, I talked about last week in week number 1, how to triple cycle a week. But in this case, I want to be able to work the week with you. So we have Saturday right here and we have Sunday right here, okay? And then we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I talked to you last week, how do you start the week is definitely how you finish the week. And how you finish the week will determine how you take this thing to the next level on the following week. So this is what I basically do, okay? I am the type of guy that does not sit in one place for one meeting and then shift to the next place for the next meeting and shift to the next place for the next meeting. I like people to come to me because I understand I can condense time frames. So right now, if you sit at a coffee shop and you get people coming to you back to back, in this case, obviously because of the pandemic, you can't, but online, when you jump on the webinar, you can do one every 20 to 30 minutes. So with that being said, what I started to do is, I'm going to take you back when it was offline days. You can use the same techniques for online right now. So on Saturday, I would do my very first meeting at 10 a.m. And this is a business launch event. It's a brand new member launch event. 12 o'clock was my second one. Okay. 2 p.m. was my third one. 4 p.m. was my fourth one. 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Okay. Every single Saturday, and the exact same on Sunday, obviously with church for most people. So I only did 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., and 8 p.m. Okay, this is where you condense time frames. I'll tell you where this came from very soon. So when you start to understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 business launches on a Saturday, and 1, 2, 3, 4 business launches on a Sunday, that's 10 business launches literally in 2 days. What most people do in 10 days, I did in 2 days. Now, when I first joined this profession, the company, I literally asked the number one earner. Before I asked the number one earner, I said, who is the number one earner here? Because when people tell me that they're the number one earner, I look at them and I realize they're not going to be number one for a very long time. That's my attitude. I'm not arrogant about it. I'm super confident about it. See, a mentor is someone who needs to see you do better than them. If a mentor is not seeing you do better than them, then my friend, you don't have a mentor. You have a mentor disguised as a foe. That foe in deeper, they inside them, within them, they're a foe. They want to murder your growth. They don't want to see you grow. They want to sabotage your growth. So I went to, corporate staff. I said, who's the number one earner in this entire company? They gave me a name. I said, cool, no problem. How long has he been in the industry for? They said over 20 years. I said, great. I said, how many meetings does he do per day? They said 3. I went back home. I did some calculations. I said, okay, cool. If he's doing 3 a day, if I start to do 9 a day, what he does in 1 year, I do in 3 years. What he does in 2 years, I do in 6 years. What he does in 3 years, I do in 9 years. What he does in 4 years, I do in 12 years. What he does in 5 years, I do in 15 years. So let's go back here. Okay. I said 3. So basically, what I would do in 8 years of being a part of this industry, he did in 24 years. So with that being said, I'm compressing time frames and I'm making sure I'm doing, and that's why I hit the top 4 times and about to hit it for 6 times. I'm compressing time frames. So when I broke down the weekend, what most people do in 10 days, 10 big meetings or home events or business launch events, I did in 2 days. I can take the whole week off if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I want to double this thing up, and what most people do in 3 years or 5 years, I want to do in 1 year. So what did I do on Monday to Friday? I did the same thing. The only difference is because there's work during the day, and obviously I'm talking about offline days. I did every single day at 6:30 p.m. and every single day at 8 p.m. business launch events. And literally, that's 2 on a Monday, 2 on a Tuesday, 2 on a Wednesday, 2 on a Thursday, 2 on a Friday. That's 5 days, that's 10 meetings. Okay? 10 plus 10 is 20. What most people did in 20 days, I did in 7 days. So now you know why I was winning, because I compressed time frames. I took the clock and I realized, well, this is just in South Africa. Well, where are you guys from right now? North America, Jamaica. What am I going to do when they wake? When these guys are sleeping, I'll work with you guys. And when you guys are sleeping, I'll work with these guys and I'll build a global team. And people always ask me, Sasha, well, how do you build a global team? Well, very simple. You find someone who's going to lead in that market. See, your team is a direct reflection of the leader. You recruit an 18-year-old, you get 18-year-old team members. You recruit one person from Jamaica and they become the leader. Your whole team is in Jamaica. Go launch it out of Jamaica. Go find someone in Brazil, and guess what happens? That leader finds everyone else in Brazil. You got a team out there. But what starts to happen is you find a male leader, you attract male organization. You find a female leader, you attract female organization. You find a 25 or 40-year-old leader, you attract a 25-year organization or a 40-year organization. You find the leader that you want your team to go into. So don't ask the questions of, how do I expand my team? How do I build this? How do I build that? No, you got to find someone, because someone found the leader in Jamaica, which led to the Jamaican team that I'm speaking to right now. Someone found a leader in South Africa, which led to the South African team. Someone found an 18-year-old, which led to a lot of 18-year-olds. You find your organization through the leader that you created and found. So once again, I'm doing literally 20 meetings in 7 days, what most people do in 20 days. I condensed time frames. I made a decision. I told my parents, I love you, I respect you, but guess what? I'm going to work for my own freedom. So this is what started to happen. I cut off everything outside my schedule. No one could speak to me unless it was a 3-way call from 6 p.m. till about plus minus 9 p.m. And then every single night, by the way, I never drove. I had people picking me up. So I drove an Aston Martin that was parked at home. I drove a Ferrari that was parked at home. And I'll tell you what started to happen. I realized when I drive my own car, I don't get signups because people don't believe that they can drive a Ferrari. So guess what? I jump in with other team members and they drive me to the presentations, and I would swap. Someone would pick me up at this presentation at 6:30 and take me to the 8 p.m. Why? So I didn't drive because I could do my testimonials. I could do my phone call testimonials. I could be texting. And I was building this organization for a solid 3 years and what most people would do in 9 years. Because all I did was I built relationships on my way to these events. I built relationships on my way to these events. I built relationships. Now with Zoom and online platform, we don't have the ability to build relationships. But the majority of relationships from our organization that was built was after hours. After hours meaning driving, because people get vulnerable, they get emotional, they be very open with you. They tell you their life, you're building trust, you're building a bond, you're building a relationship, and then you put your head down and you build with them. And that's what I started to do. And I started to build people and build leaders and build organization. I strongly believe in my entire organization right now rises and falls on leadership. It's like a button. If I put the foot down on the button, it goes to another level. If I take my foot off the button, it's going to die down. Not as fast as it would have if I didn't have the core leaders that I do right now, but it will die off. So my finger always needs to be on the pulse, whether it's just a simple text. I'm building people. I'm building relationships. I'm building beliefs, systems. I'm building mindsets. And when I started to do this, my organization went through a whole different level. And today the game can change because you're doing it online. So you can have 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can start building out and building your organization, carving it out. But for me, I didn't attend one party. I didn't attend one party. I told my parents, I said, here's the deal. If you take me to a party, I'm going to be very rude. You're going to see me on my phone. I'd rather not show up. Just tell them Sashin is out the country. If someone passed on and they were very close to me or they died, I would jump in my car, I'd go to the funeral, pay my respect, and I'd leave. I'd do the norm. I'll pay my respect. A wedding will be very difficult. Why? I was fighting for my freedom. I made a decision. Every single Saturday and Sunday, I'm working. So you probably look at this and say, Sashin, who's these people doing the business launch events? It's brand new people in my organization. It's not my personals. It's people in my organization. So I would go down levels deep in my team to the brand spanking new person who just signed up 48 hours ago. And I'll do a business launch for them. Why? Because let me tell you something. When you see me on social media with the big tours and you see 500 people and 2,000 people in the presentation room for me, and you start to realize, damn, this guy's blowing up. Yes, but let me tell you how many of that 1,000 people sign up. I'd be lucky if 100 people sign up in that night. But if I do a business launch event and every single one had 10 to 15 to 20 people max, 10 to 15 to 20 people, 10 to 15 to 20 people, 10 to 15 to 20 people, for every 10 I sign up 1 to 2. And this is the olden days when the membership was full price. So I want you to start to understand I'm doing business launch events, and that's what catapulted my business to a whole different level. The big meetings build big belief. The small meetings build big teams. I would rather have 100 of these, okay, 100 of these, of 20 people, which gives me 2,000, then do one meeting with 2,000 people. Why? This is belly to belly. This is face to face. This is relationship to relationship. Every single IMD in my entire organization, all 14 of them, was signed up at a home event, a brand new member home event. Every IMD that did sign up went through a home event in my organization before they blew up and took this thing to the next level. So I want to make you understand everything is built from the home event. TV, couch, no alcohol, 15 to 20 minute presentation, you're out. 15 to 20 minute presentation, we're out. We're not sitting for half an hour. We're not sitting for an hour. 15 to 20 minute presentation. So I talked to you guys about accountability. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about, and this is higher level leadership, running a promotion within your organization. Well, first things first, I want to be able to go back to the whiteboard right now, and I want to be able to recognize what is your pay dates. What dates do people in your country get paid? So in South Africa, the government people get paid on the 15th of the month. So on the right here, government, okay? Then the rest of the people get paid on the 25th of the month, okay? So 25th of the month is the rest of people, the population, okay? With that being said, I want you to be able to understand, okay? Okay, population. Okay, I want you to be able to understand, you never throw a promotion within your organization. 2 rules with the promotion. You never throw a promotion in your organization when you want to create momentum. You will be the only one that's qualifying. Sounds familiar? Yes. because you have no momentum. You don't create momentum with the promotion. You advance momentum with the promotion. So launching a promotion to grow your team, you're wasting your money and your time. Launching a promotion to literally maintain and expand the current momentum, boom, takes it to another level. The second thing you need to do is only launch your promotions during the pay week. So for me, I would generally launch it from the 25th till 7 days later. On that 7th day, so let me make you understand, we launch it on a Saturday, we tell the whole team it's going to finish on a Friday. At Friday midnight, we extend it for 72 hours and we never extend it again. So until Monday midnight. 2 rules. Never launch a promotion when you have no momentum. You'll be the only one qualifying. Number 2, never launch a promotion when it's not pay week. You won't have the double, triple, and quadruple of the sales within your organization. Now, here's the deal. You want to be able to launch a promotion to, this is the 3rd rule, to 2 types of achievers. Entry level blanket meaning everyone can achieve this. High producers, top producers, okay? And this is what's going to happen. I'm going to work with this team and I'm going to be able to launch a promotion where you guys can use me very soon. I'll chat to the local leaders so you can utilize me. Get one personal, which is everyone, it's a blanket. You jump on a private webinar with me for 60 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever. Then get 4 or 6 or whatever the target is for the 7-day period. You get a private testimonial video mentioning your name in it where you can use it in your presentations. So it costs you $0. It costs me time, but I'm targeting 2 levels. Low achiever, everyone, which I'm doing 1 call for everyone. High achiever, top level achievement. So those are 3 rules that you should only launch a promotion in your organization only when you know the pay week. Most people launch promotions just for no purpose, no reason. So you need to know the pay week. Number 2, you need to know that you have momentum and you want to take it to another level. And number 3, you need to make sure you're helping 2 people qualify. A blanket, meaning everyone. Up level high achiever, meaning the people want to go get 6 and double it and triple it, etc. So that's something else I wanted to chat to you about. Okay. Another thing I wanted to chat to you about is delegation. Delegation means you're the leader right now. Okay. You're the leader. Everyone watching this right now, I'm treating you as a leader. Okay. You're the leader right now. This is you. Okay. You have all these different people, whatever rank you are, you have all these different people right here. These people should be being groomed to get to your level. You're not on a pedestal, you're not in a hierarchy, but you're delegating to these people to post in the groups. You're delegating to these people to literally post the webinar presentation information on the group. If this leader is the leader that's presenting, the leader that's closing, the leader that's training, the leader that's posting, you're de-edifying this leader. Start delegating so you maintain your credibility. So you have one leader posting at 9 a.m. You have another leader right here posting at 1 p.m. You have another leader that posts at 8 p.m. Okay. On top of that, what you basically have is you have this leader right here promoting maybe the weekly training. And this is for the day. Tomorrow you have a different set of leaders for Tuesday. Wednesday you have a different set of leaders. These are generally your entry-level leaders who are delegating. Once again, guys, I don't know where you are in your business right now. You could be a top earner. You could be someone that's starting off. All of these tips, if you're writing it down, I don't even teach it in V.U.M because I can't. It's very generic. I've got 40 people in 40 different companies in our program of Virtual Upline Mentor. This is specifically right now the bonus webinars for World Ventures people. So I'm teaching you right now on how to delegate. Also delegate meaning if this leader is dropping a voice note in the group, why should they voice note it, create it, and throw it in the group? They shouldn't be able to do this. They should be able to send it to one person, that one person blasts it into all the groups, and it's game over. Delegation is key. You want to be able to understand right here. This does not deify this, because familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity means the more you see someone, the less you want to hear from them. And the less you see someone, the more you want to hear from them. If this person is doing everything, this person does not have the skills to be a visionary. They have everything screwed up because they are doing everything at once. When I started to trust, have faith, and let it grow and go, my organization started to change. And that being said, these are my different level of leaderships. I used to play sport professionally, cricket. Okay, I know cricket is a very big sport out in the Caribbean and in South Africa as well, India as well. And when you start to look at sport, I looked at cricket being, I took a lot of the analogies from cricket and I executed on it in World Ventures. Meaning, my very first senior rep groups is called the locker room. Okay, this is for everyone in my team. I don't care which city, which country, which continent you're from. Okay, I throw everyone. By the way, if you're in our team, this is regionalized, meaning I got a locker room for Johannesburg, for that city. I got a locker room for Cape Town, for that city. I got a locker room for Durban, for that city. I got a locker room for, Kenya, for Ghana, for whatever, Nigeria, whatever countries. This is for regionalized for that team. So when I send it to this leader, they put it in all the groups because some of them are in all the groups. Locker room basically means you made it to the team to the team. You made it to the hotel. You made it onto the bus. You got to the stadium, but you didn't make it as one of my 11 cricket players on the field. You have to stay in the locker room. This basically means you've got the leadership, but you need to transfer all the information shared in the locker room with everyone in your team members. Okay? Then we've got something called the inner circle. Okay? The inner circle is your directors. The inner circle is basically you made it to the team. You made it from the hotel onto the bus, from the bus to the stadium to the locker room, from the locker room to the field. You're one of the 11 people. You're playing the game. You now go out there and you can suggest things in this group, and then you can take it back and share in this group. So whatever is critical here that needs to be a conversation, we talk about it here and then we distribute it back then. And then most importantly, we got something called the captains. And the captains is basically your marketing directors. You made it to the team. You made it to the hotel, to the bus, to the stadium, to the locker room, to the field. But now you're leading the inner circle and you're leading the locker room because you're one of the captains. Each sporting team has one captain and a vice captain, but you're not one of the captains. So you can suggest stuff. You can recommend stuff. You can bring up thoughts. You can bring up ideas. You can be a change maker with us. But you got to transfer that once the decision is made, you got to post in the inner circle. The inner circle needs to post in the locker room. Okay? And then we have something called the coaches. Because for every team, there's a coach. A coach that coaches the team. This is RMDs. You made it to the team, to the hotel, onto the bus, to the stadium, into the locker room. Now you're on the field. You're a captain, but now you became a coach. So you, as a coach, you direct the captains. You direct the inner circles, and you direct the locker room. And a coach does not have, none of my leadership teams have dictatorship. We cut that out immediately. No ego, no pride, nothing. You have ego, you have pride, you're done and dusted. Okay? So this right here is the coaches. And then we have something called the founders, where they believe their stake in the team. They have a percentage in the team. They make the decisions with me. And then we change this to co-founders because I was the founder, but now we're the co-founders, and they all feel like they have a piece of the slice in the cake. And that's what we basically did right here. And we created an organization of something that is really and truly is pure leadership. And I cut it out. By the way, on the first of every single month, of first of the year, we basically do a cleanse. Everyone that is not an active IMD, they get out of it and they go back. They stay, well, they're in all these groups here, but we remove them from this group, or they remove themselves on the 1st of January every single year. So we give them the whole month of December to get back to the paid rank. Same here. They're not an RMD, we remove them from that group. So we're always cleansing the bad blood. We're getting rid of the bad. We want them to earn it back again. And this has really and truly allowed people to get pissed off and out the game. I mean, I had an RMD who I literally removed them off the RMD group because they dropped rank to marketing director. She got so pissed off that she left World Ventures. And I said, congratulations, you weren't going to make it either way. You might as well get out right now and let me go add 40,000 more people. And the minute she left, I added 40,000 more people. So what am I saying right now? I'm not saying we want to embarrass people, but I'm saying you have a rule. And people need to learn how to treat you by listening and following that rule. So that being said, we talked a bit about delegation and understanding that you cannot be the poster, presenter, closer, trainer, everything. You basically need to be the leader, the visionary, the worker behind the scenes, creating those PowerPoints, then sending it to someone to send it out. We don't care if we don't get the recognition. I create all the PowerPoints in my team, by the way. But I don't care if I don't get the recognition. I don't need the recognition. All I need is a system that flows, that works. And I build this business, by the way, on the mindset of every single day. If I die today, and you can write this down, if you die today, can your team still do what you did without you being there? And that shows you whether you have duplication, or that shows you whether you have replication. And that being said, I want to go into my next point, is pushing your people in the right direction. Everyone needs that push. Everyone in your organization, they need that push. They're standing right here, and all you need to do is, you don't have to push them in the deep end, but you suddenly need to take them in the right direction, and you need to walk them and push them slowly. They need the guidance. They need the alignment. They need someone like you to be the voice, to actually voice your leadership. This is not a time to play hide and go seek. This right now is a time for leadership 101. It's like, imagine if I put you on the Autobahn in Germany with no speed limit. What speed would you be traveling at? So I want you to start pushing your people in the right direction, because when you push your people in the right direction, it does not look like you're pushing them to make money. You're pushing them all in the right direction. And you know, that's where you distinguish those weekly calls with your leaders, because you're working with both your left and your right team, your pay leg and your non-pay leg. Here's a rule. Your pay leg should always think that they're on your team leg. And your team leg should always think that they're on your team leg. No one should ever know who's on your pay leg, because that's when they hold a gun to your head. No one in my organization knows who's on my pay leg. And you can probably say you have a session, you're building 6 positions, which has 2 teams each, and that's 12 different legs. You're right. But everyone believes they're on my team leg. And that's the reason why no one can tell me I am who I am, because of them. I built my business as if there's my bread and butter on my table. And if you don't if you don't want to help, no problem, I'll do it myself. That's what I need you to understand. By the way, every single year, one person will leave your organization. One core leader will leave your organization once a year. Don't ask me who, don't ask me when, but every single year, one person leaves your organization. And it's normally a high-level leadership in your team. It strengthens you, but the cleanse that I talked about, it's a cleanse in your organization. You just need to be prepared that if one person doesn't leave, the next year 2 people is going to leave. If 2 people don't leave in 2 years, the next year 3 people are going to leave in 1 year. It's just how the ball rolls. But I want you to be able to understand, if your finger is always on the pulse, it takes it to another level. I learned this from one of the top direct sales affiliates in the industry of network marketing. He was making $1.2 million per month. He passed on. Dexter Yeager used to be a core leader in the Amway system. And Dexter basically goes out there and he says, every single year, one person is going to leave your organization. Don't worry about who. Just know one person is going to leave your organization. And that's why I want to go to my next point, is building 3 different relationships with your leaders. When you're building relationships with your leaders, just like how I'm building it with you right now, you've got 3 different relationships. Number 1, you've got a friendship. Number 2, you've got a business partner relationship. And number 3, you've got a brother-sister or brother-brother or sister-sister relationship. You're building 3 different relationships. So let's go to the friend one first. And there's no specific order, but let's go to the friend one. When I need your help, I'm a call away. When you need my help, I'm a call away. So I got your back. Basically, I'm your friend. I'm not going to lend you money because that's not how we work. We don't lend money in this game. By the way, don't lend money in this. If you want to screw a relationship and a friendship and a business relationship, lend money. I lost too much of money right now from that. So that's number 1. When you look at friendship, I got your back. You got my back. You call me for whatever you want. Brother, sister, or brother, brother, or sister, sister relationship is I got your back, but you need to earn that family title. Okay? I got your back. If you get kicked out of your house, I got a bed for you in my house. Okay? That's how close we are. But you got to learn that and build that. And then the third one, no specific order, once again, is a business partner. If I had to put that in order, I would say business partner, friend, and then sibling. And then business partner is just you're a leader in my team. You're a leader in the organization. I'm here to help you. You're here to help me. I got no emotional attachment to you. If you want to leave 1 year from today, I'm my biggest lineage. I'm my biggest team. You can go if you want to go. And that's how it works. So balancing those 3 relationships is basically just making you understand that at the end of the day, you always know who's in your team, who's your leaders, and most importantly, you more on a personal connection with them. Understand that people can quit a team, they can quit a company, but they can never quit a family. And what you're creating with every person, you're building a family ship. You're building a team of brothers and sisters who have each other's back. All my leaders, we have each other's back no matter what. Death till death, we got each other's back. So I want you to be able to understand that. Okay, over and above that, guys, I want to be able to talk about 2 more things before we wrap up this call. Number 1, please understand that you need to put the work in. When you watch this right now, put the work in. Watch the replay. Put the work in. Go out there and learn. Put the work in. You're studying my V.U.M course. Put the work in. Always put the work in. If you're not executing on it instantly, and this is what's going to happen, the people who don't execute, you're going to see people fly by you. You're going to see people who you never thought would actually surpass you. They're going to create that gap. Why? They got the upper hand. This is the same playing field. Everyone's got the exact same information. We're living in a world today that information changes situations, but information does not get you to the next level. A loud mouth gets you to the next level. More actions get you to the next level. So I want you to be able to understand, throughout this entire call, I talked about an accountability system. 9:15, 9:45, 10:15, 10:45. I talked about what you should track down. I got to track down my walls. You're printing down the back office. Next week, you print it out. You throw the previous one away, but you're writing down last 4 left, 4 right, plus or minus, and how much it's decreasing or increasing by. Second thing is, how do you run promotions in your organization? Third thing I talked about is delegation. How you should not be the presenter, closer, promoter, trainer, and everything in your organization. Fourth, I talked about pushing your leaders in the right direction. Fifth, every year one person leaves your organization. Sixth, how to go out there and push your people to the next level. 7, building 3 types of relationships with people: business partner, a friend, and most importantly, a sibling. 5th, I showed you my back office. I don't do that for everyone. I showed you 2 out of 6 positions. 2 out of 6 positions. I got 2 more right now. That's right here. Man, you see this? You're about to flip. I got to show you this. I got to show you this. 2 of my positions, by the way. It's an NMD and an RMD position. Okay. This position right here, as you can see, 2,218 lineage out of 3,000. Average income is 9,033. This will be more. This will be my 6th IMD position. My 5th IMD position. $31,500 income, 28,864, 2,790. With both of them, we're in the last stretch. We're in the last stretch to take it to the finish run. Let's talk in 5 years' time. Let's see who's going to be in 5 years' time. Promise you, follow my lead. I'm no magician, but I know the skills. And I keep telling people, promote the V.U.M, promote the V.U.M, promote the V.U.M. I got 2 more calls. 2 more calls with you. And more mentorship in the groups. But be able to understand, this call was as good, if not better, than last week. 3 will be better than this week and the week before. 4 will always be the best. I promise you, I'm going to over deliver. And you are the millionaire student. I am the millionaire student. We are the millionaire student. Be prepared. I'm teaching you no secrets, no whole bars, the facts on what got me right here. Stay blessed.